What's up, everyone? This is Felix, the Phantom here. Thank you for tuning in to my YouTube channel. I hope you guys will keep coming back to this channel. I keep looking at my movie reviews. But today, for this very day, our first YouTube movie review for this channel is going to be the Child's Play 2019 remake back in 2019. I won't cut that part out. Keep recording, keep recording. Now, this movie has a very divisive fan base in between this movie. You have some people that love it, you have some people that hate it, you have some people that praised it, you have some people that dislike the movie, that wanted it to fail. Now, where do end up in that half of the spectacle? Well, I'm here to tell you that Child's Play 2019 is one of the Child's Play movies that I really do enjoy watching. But before we get into it, on the likes and dislikes and the things that are mixed on the movie, first I'm going to tell you about the history about this movie. So if y'all don't know, MGM and Orion Pictures owned the rights to the very first Child's Play movie that came out back in 1988, right? But then after that, Universal Studios got the rights to the Child's Play franchise. So Universal has the rights to the Child's Play 2, 3, Bride of Chucky, Seed of Chucky, Cult of Chucky, and the TV series that's going on right now at this moment with Don Mancini in full creative control. Um, so back in 2017, when Orion relabeled their brand to make more movies, one of the presidents of Orion decided to remake or rebrand the Child's Play franchise because they own the rights to the very first Child's Play movie. So because of that, all the OG Chucky fans underneath Universal and the fans who are following Don Mancini to this very day were very hard on this remake because they thought it was a very bad move or not a very respectful move for Orion Pictures to be doing a Child's Play movie while Don Mancini's franchise is still going on to this day, right? So they kind of saw it as a, hey, we don't care what you guys are doing on that side. We're gonna do our own movie. You guys are not tell us anything, what to do or tell us anything that we want to hear now, right? So all the fans on the Don Mancini side started protesting the film, started hating on the film, started saying they wanted this movie to fail and all. Look, I'm that guy that I'm up I'm up for whatever movie. If the movie sounds good and the movie is gonna be like sounds good, has an awesome plot and an awesome idea, I'm all for it. Look, I grew up with the Child's Play franchise. I grew up with these Child's Play movies. So my favorite one is Child's Play 2. Child's Play 2 is the perfect sequel to the very first Child's Play movie. So I love these movies. Chucky is one of my favorite slasher icons out there. But me as a Chucky fan, me as a guy who enjoys these films, I have to admit that some of these films, or most of these films, have not been doing so great critically and financially. I mean, hey, you look at Child's Play 1, awesome, classic. Child's Play 2, perfect sequel. Child's Play 3, even though it has some flaws, it was very well received. Bride of Chucky, even though it's the movie that involved more humor and less horror, it's still a pretty decent film. Seed of Chucky, forget about it. That movie is just complete garbage. That movie just everyone needs to forget about. Curse of Chucky, Don Mancini brought it in. He brought back the horror aspects where some people like, but his directing is still hit and miss in that movie, which I still enjoy, but it's still hit and miss. Call to Chucky, that just recently came out 2 years ago, it made me lose complete faith once again on Don Mancini having full control of this Child's Play franchise. Now, when I heard about O'Brien talking about remaking the Child's Play franchise, and I was on board on whatever idea they were going to go for because I kind of lost faith on Don Mancini and whatever creative idea he was doing in the Child's Play franchise right now. I don't agree with what he is doing. I'm not liking what he's doing right now. So whatever this Child's Play remake was going to do, I was highly optimistic. I was highly anticipating what they're going to do. And I'm here to tell you, when I saw this movie, saw Child's Play 2019 back in 2019, I really enjoyed the new directions and the new atmosphere that they brought to the Child's Play franchise. Now, let's get into the things I like. First and foremost, to all the people who were saying that this movie's gonna flop and this movie's gonna fail, I'm here to tell you that to me, in my opinion, it did not fail. I really enjoyed the new story direction they took in this Child's Play movie with the whole Chucky instead of being voodoo, now it's Chucky's being an AI robot. Now he has some Wi-Fi powers with this whole canceling company that's creating these buddy dolls. Now it's not a good guy doll no more because that's a Universal, but now it is a buddy doll part of this new franchise. Now it's called Buddy Doll, right? So Kazlan is this company in this universe, Chucky movie in this Child's Play remake universe. That Kazlan is a huge company or a technological company that's creating all these new electronics, and they come up with something with the buddy doll, so that way a person or a child or a friend can have a new best friend instead of going out there looking for a friend for themselves. They got this buddy doll become their best friend. You know, the way they influencer, the way they brought it out of this new AI direction. I thought it was very well done. Or the other thing I liked was the dynamic, the love story or the dynamic or the relationship dynamic between Andy and Chucky, because that's something that we never got in the original movie. The original movie was just Charles Lee Ray and Andy Barkley, but they never paid attention to that relationship. We all knew that it was Chucky manipulating Andy to do what he wants to do. So it was never ever really there was never really a relationship there. It was just manipulation. Here in this remake, Orion and MGM decides, hey, let's focus on this relationship between Chucky and Andy, and let's take that concept and make it the centerpiece of the entire movie. So the relationship between Chucky and Andy is one of the strongest points of the entire movie because there's some points where you feel bad for Chucky, you feel sorry for Andy, you feel bad for him, you get invested in this relationship. So when things start, going haywire between Chucky and Andy, you feel emotionally invested because of all the time they spend and the character and the relationship that they built between each other, right? I thought Audrey Plaza as Karen, as Andy's mom in this movie, was a very very well done performance by her. She has that kind of like that young momhood that she has really good young mom acting. So she was perfectly casted as Karen in this young mom, of course, because she's young too. Brian Tyrese Henry as Detective Mike was very well utilized for the parts he was given. I would just wish he had a little bit more scenes. Maybe I wish he had a scene that he interacted with Chucky, but that could happen in a sequel if we ever get one, which I hope probably we're not. Anyways, so he was good as Garen. Now the one we all want to hear, the kills. Yes, the kills in this movie deserve its R rating. There's gory, gory kills in this movie. There's probably maybe about 4 or 5 kills in this movie. Very bloody, very gory. You see the guts, you see the blood, and it is very, very, very satisfying when people in this movie get slay out, or they get killed off in this movie. It's very brutal and satisfying the way they go. Carnage Candy is present in this movie. The score from Bear McCure in this movie, oh my lord, it is one of the best scores I've ever heard in Child's Play Friday. It might be my favorite score or theme or music in the entire Child's Play franchise. Heck, even when the movie starts and you see the Orion picture logo come on and you hear the Child's Play theme song going dun 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 dun, like man, you get your blood going and all. Man, the theme song, heck, he's even on YouTube. You can just look it up. Child's Play 2019 theme. It's right there, man. And Barry Clear uses these awesome toy instruments. He's using these theme with faces. He's using like toy pianos. He's using some electronic instrument. Like he's using so many creative and awesome instruments that, but when it all comes together, it sounds really, really good. So Barry Clear is one of those composers that's like you don't want to miss on his score because he's done really good. I mean, hey, he just recently done the recently God of War 5 game, and it just recently got a nomination on best theme at the Game Awards just recently. So that should tell you that this guy is starting to bring a name to himself as one of the all-time greatest. And in my opinion, Child's Play 2019 is my favorite score out of the entire Child's Play franchise. Mark Hamill's performance as the voice of Chucky was really well done. I wish he had more emotion behind his voice, but again, because Chucky is an AI robot, he's an AI doll. He couldn't give a lot of emotion because of that direction they took. But probably in a sequel, if we ever got one, they could easily fix that with a Buddy 3 or Buddy 2 model. Buddy 3 model comes out and it has more, more emotional parameters. It has emotional things it could say. So now it can learn to love, learn to hate, learn to have envy, learn to laugh. It can learn to all these things. So they can easily fix that in the sequel if we ever get one. Now let's move on to the things I'm really mixed on. Chucky himself. Now, even though I said Mark Hamill voice performance was really well done on the version they're going for, I, the design of Chucky is not really so great. I know, but we gotta give credit was due. This movie is 90% animatronics. They use animatronics. They use an actual robot on set for Chucky's moves. So that's why you can see Chucky movements, super robotic, super good in some areas. But the basic design of the doll is not really the best look. You look at Child's Play first one, Child's Play 2, Child's Play 3. The design of Chucky looks absolutely awesome. Just the design, the animatronic, it looks awesome. This Chucky, on the other hand, his design is not really that great. I mean, there's some, I don't know, weird pictures of behind the scenes where the first photo we got 2 years ago, it's just him, the stillman with a knife in front of him. That design was awesome. Perfect design. And then once production started going and the movie started coming out, getting closer to its release date, you start seeing all these different designs of Chucky's and props and all this other stuff. It was just weird. The design was just weird. They couldn't keep a consistent design. But in some shots, the design of the doll looks really well. Like the scene where Shane and Andy are there, and Chucky like in that movie chair when Chucky's like this and his eyes are going right, he does that smile. That CGI face looked completely awesome. But there's some shots where the design looks good, but overall the basic design of the dog, I wish it could have been a lot better, right? I wish it could be a lot better. Now let's move on to the things that I really did not like in this movie. One, Andy's friends. Yes, earlier in production they said that it was gonna be Andy and a group of friends taking on Chucky. I wish it stayed like that, but in the final movie, that plan did not really go too well. Andy's friends are just there just to honestly just to be there. And honestly, their acting is not really that good. I mean, you got the girl that the strong female protagonist, whatever, or strong female girl. The beanie and red hair and all tough and everything. Her acting's okay. And you got Pug, the other friend, the more heavier set. His acting, it's okay. It's not so great. Then you got Omar, the African American kid, that thinks he's all cool and all, but really, just the dialogue they were giving was not really, it's not really that good. Not really that good. I wish that the friends have more interactive with Chucky, have more interactive within the plot of the movie. Overall, they were not really that good. Oh, and um, Oh, also another positive. I totally forgot. Gabriel Bateman as Andy. I honestly prefer his version of Andy more than Alex Vincent Andy that we had in Child's Play 2 and the original Child's Play movie. I think I like the more older version of Andy. It puts a little bit more mature, like, and his acting ability is more better than Alex Vincent. Nothing against Alex Vincent, it's just that he was just too young in that movie. He didn't really have acting skills at the time. But Gabriel Bateman as Andy, I really do like it. I really do have like his relationship between him and his mom. They have a good chemistry, a good relationship with each other. And so I really do like Gabriel Bateman as Andy Barkley in this movie. Campbell versus Chucky. We all know he's probably not gonna compare or replace Brad Dourif's Chucky in the Don Mancini's universe. But look, Mark Hamill coming in and doing as Chucky was probably my number one pick to voice Chucky in this movie. Like when they announced it, I was thinking like, man, what if they got Mark Hamill? And then 2 years later, they announced they got Mark Hamill. Man, perfect. And this is the guy who played Joker in the Batman animated series back in the early 2000s, early 90s. Man, that's perfect to voice Chucky. Now again, the design is not really that good, but the voice of Chucky I thought was awesome. It's good, and I really did enjoy it. So Final verdict of this movie, I'll give this movie, because I really enjoy this movie, I'll give this movie a 4 out of 10. I would really recommend this movie for anybody out there who hasn't seen it yet. If you haven't seen this movie yet, you have to completely remove all memory and all things you know of the Child's Play franchise of Don Mancini and see it as a completely separate film from everything you know about Chucky. If you come in thinking that this is a Chucky movie that you know and love from the Don Mancini's universe, then you're probably gonna hate this film because of all the things that change. But if you come into this movie open-minded, wanting to know the new ideas, accept the new ideas coming in, keep an open mind on what the new things they want to know, then you end up being satisfied with this movie. So my final verdict of this movie will be a 4 out of 5. I recommend you guys checking this out. A review from Phoenix of Fandom. Love you guys, and remember, if you're a fan of something, you're a part of one big family. Thank you guys. I'll see you guys next time.